Everyone. Joe Biden has decided to pardon Hunter Biden. And I don't have anything to say about that. If I had a child who was convicted of a crime, I'm probably going to do the same thing. Especially when the reasons for taking Hunter Biden to trial were highly political. One thing of note that I just want to bring to your attention is that Joe Biden said that he believes Hunter Biden was selectively prosecuted in this case or in these two trials because he was his son. Selective prosecution is the very thing that we raised in response to Marilyn Mosby. And Marilyn Mosby being tried and pursued and sought after for many, many years. Here's what I want you all to know. The same prosecutor who selectively targeted and prosecuted Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, his name is Leo Wise. Leo Wise is the same prosecutor who went after and sought after and hunted Marilyn Mosby. So if Hunter Biden was selectively prosecuted by Leo Wise, even when he had another boss, which is the case in Maryland, right? There were two different prosecutors he worked under. He was demoted under the latter one. Nonetheless, this was still his case against Marilyn Mosby that began under the Trump administration. She also was selectively prosecuted. We cannot now select when someone is selectively prosecuted when we know the cases are hogwash. Marilyn Mosby was tried and convicted for using her own money to purchase property. That is not a crime. They are going after her bar license. They have gone after the property. They have made it difficult for her to earn money. She is out on house arrest, but she is still not free. They have made it very difficult for Marilyn to work. It is time for Joe Biden to pardon Marilyn Mosby. What we should not do is be selective about when we challenge selective prosecutions out of the Department of Justice, which we know still has its residence in the J. Edgar Hoover building. So what I'm telling you all is that it is time for us to push again. There are 91,000 plus signatures on that petition for Marilyn Mosby on Organize 4. Look up Marilyn Mosby, Native Land Pod, petition for pardon. Sign that petition today. We are applying all the pressure. Joe Biden's White House, I want to hear from you. Those of you who are my friends in there know I've reached out to you. I expect to hear an answer, and it should be just, because what we should not do is ensure that justice rolls down like small rivers or light rivers or partial rivers. It needs to roll down like mighty rivers, which means justice should not be partial. Justice should be impartial. When there's a miscarriage of justice, we should fight for it regardless of if your last name is Biden or not. So we've got to push for Marilyn to be pardoned. I ask you all to stand with us, to push with us, to ensure that Marilyn Mosby reclaims her freedom. For the other folks, Kim Gardner, who was forced to take a plea deal over a $5,000 reimbursement, also a prosecutor. What message are we sending to young black folks who seek to become prosecutors to balance the scale of justice? We have to ensure that we are making the practice of law fair, that we are ensuring that people who want to ensure that justice is rolling down like mighty rivers, even from the prosecutor's office, that they aren't discouraged from doing that. That means that this is our time to fight, because we don't know what we're up against right now. I don't know what's going on, Joe Biden. I expect that you hear this message. I expect that you see this. You have Marilyn Mosby's pardon application. Before, it was she needed to wait to be sentenced. Well, she was sentenced. You didn't need for Hunter Biden to be sentenced, right? You didn't need that. So let this be fair. It is time for you to review that application, to pardon her, to ensure that anybody else who has been politically prosecuted, selectively prosecuted, that you also pardon them. It is very, very important. I will make sure that I share the petition in my stories, and y'all please make sure that you go and sign that petition today. We need Joe Biden to hear from us. Time is not on our side. The time is now. Thanks, y'all.